Welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, I've been thinking last episode was similar to the other endings I did for the original Stanley Parable. Now, I am going to do a lot more endings in this video than last video, or last playlist of the Stanley Parable. I did 2 videos on that and I stopped. Now we're going to do full out finish this game. Even old endings, see if they've changed. Like that, like the game episode, because it had 2 different games and different lines. So we are going to begin the game. Here we are. Let's begin.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We did that ending. We gotta figure out what ending we want to do.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
New content. Oh, this definitely looks new.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah. Okay. This is very meta, but...
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
This is very meta. Hey, what you gonna do about it?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh, behind me.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
You can jump! Oh my god. Why says 0 so red? Res.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is
sure.
new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Where's the fern plant? Huh? It's supposed to be right there.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Is this gonna be like,
say, friend?
This is gonna be like the adventure line? Something like that's gonna pop up, it's gonna be all different. I don't know if this is part of it, but this is a lot different. What? Is it like the original game because there's different areas you spawn in the original game, like little Easter eggs?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Nah. Let's go continue on with the story.
Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Wait, I kind of want to see what's down there, but I want to see if this will... Can I save? No. Okay. Well, screw it. I'll go down and check what it is. Oh. Guess I can't. Funny me then. Well, whatever. That makes me want to see what was in there. Oh, I just messed that encounter up. I'm an idiot.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That makes me... What was I going to do it again? Screw you, game. I thought there would be something different.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Screw you, I'm not doing this ending again.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping in...
I'm out of here. I'm outie. Leave me to your game. Huh? Yeah. Well, I don't know what I expected. I thought it was something like that one ending when you glitch out the game and you're supposed to go through this door to show you like the real Stanley, but if you go through this door, it'll just like restart you to this. It's a sad ending. If you ever seen it. That lighting change, it's kind of weird. This ending's probably not going to be different, because he doesn't talk at all through this. I am now leaving. Now, I think Markiplier brought this up that there's multiple Stanleys, because if you keep on going by, you can see the same exact window that you jump out of in that last ending that I did. So, I guess the theory with quotation marks is that there's other Stanleys, and we're just one Stanley that escaped and thought outside of the box. I don't know. I just thought of that when I'm doing this right now, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, one more. Or is this going to be the last one? No, this is the last one. Right. No. Okay. This should be the last one. Yep. In the original, I don't think you could see these two corridors. These two walls here. And that's the ending. Now, okay, it starts you back off, thank God.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Oh, okay. Nice loading screen.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
The Legend of Zelda? Let's go!
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I love the final ending when you turn off the generator and you're locked out. I always loved that. It reminded me of Portal. And I love them.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, why does this make me... This make my heart go. Was it actually made on for a disc? Because I don't think it was. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but I don't remember it releasing on disc. But... The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2 was a good game. I would actually get those postcards, to be honest with you. I love this game. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my goodness. This is making me. Okay, this might be spoilers because there's a spoiler up there. I see. This is a spoiler altogether, but. That's a what an ending too. It's another sad ending. Aw, that's sad. This reminds me of another game.
Je suis dans la même horizon, seul sur l'abri des loups, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la
And over here
même
is where I keep
horizon.
reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's
What?
just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh god. I hope that music was not copyrighted. That would have sucked. But what I was saying, that piano reminded me of another game that this creator made. Forget what it's called. I probably remember it later, but this just makes me so happy that I grew up with this game. Oh! The cheating ending! If you go on SV_cheats in the original game, then you go to this room. And he would set a time limit or something. I don't know if someone actually waited 5 years or something. Oh yeah, I believe this game was based off of Portal 1. Having so many memories now. Or maybe I'm just going crazy about the Portal 1 theory, but it's down here. This makes me happy just to be back, and they remastered this game. I never thought this game would get a remaster. The two only characters, those are the models of them. If you go in Gmod and you enable the first Stanley Parable, you'd get these two models. But of Stanley sitting down. Oh crap. Alright. That's... The end is the never, the end is the never. For Scott K. Smiley button, I've never seen that. Verse 29, I think. The adventure line. It's making me smile.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I was gonna say, in the past, I think they made a video on on this type of thing, on reading comments of people commenting on the game. I do remember that. It might have been in the game, but I believe it wasn't. I believe it was a YouTube video. The room that I was talking about, the serious room. Oh my god. We go back. I think we're going to...
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, this is some territory that you don't want to trudge through, because I remember I was just looking at Steam reviews, I think for this game or maybe another game, but they're not good at all. To be honest with you, some of them are.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
And if you think of it, it's all based on a Gordon Freeman wannabe. Or a shell.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Why?
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
But the point of the game is to... Isn't the point of the game you? You're telling the story
and
of
here
the
it
original
is.
game.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time every...
The combine showed up,
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously.
Oh, I hear something. This is reminding me of that one ending. Maybe this is just me, but it's reminding me of that one ending when Stanley just doesn't move, and he's at the two doors, and he just stands there, and the narrator's telling Stanley to please move. And that always stuck with me. Nah, I don't hear that beeping anymore. Shut up. Oh, the
But they
clock
didn't
fell.
understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes, it seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must be.
He's becoming to a Twitter speaker now. Oh god. I think I broke him. Oh god. I don't think I should. I kind of want to listen to him, but I don't know if that would get boring. Just listen to him talk.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the.
Still leaking a lot more. I kind of expected this to happen. Did the Combine take over yet? Did Gordon Freeman not kill the Zen creature? Did they appear on Earth? Are we dead? Did G-Man from Zen take over? I hope not. I love those chills. Is this Strider out there? Sounds like springtime. I like this forestation. I love this. I love this idea. Is the narrator dead? How did this fall over? The nuke symbol. I knew it. We're in the Fallout lore. Oh god. I knew we were in the Fallout lore. Now the Striders took over. The Combine took over. This is when the Combine took over. You can literally. A Gmod horror map now? This is a Gmod horror map! There's gonna be a JPEG image behind me! Ah! Oh. Okay. Oh. Are we in the Star Wars lore now? I can't walk further. Where am I going? Oh. Just this. Wow. That ending was amazing. That's making me want to play a lot more of this game. But now, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I went a little over my time barrier. It's 35 minutes. I was expecting this video to be 21 minutes, like last time. But this was a lot crazier. That ending was sad. That ending reminded me of that one ending. I'm going to ramble on here, so if you just want to exit out the video right now, you can go ahead. But this ending that I just did, it reminded me of that one ending, the last ending you're supposed to do in the original Stanley Parable. With the last, because it had credits, and it was just sad. I love that ending. It made me feel. I loved it. I don't even know what to say about it. I just love that video. Now. Oh, that was, for a second there, like in that middle part, I thought that I was supposed to cut that out because I didn't know I was going to miss that. But then when I did the escape pod ending, wasn't even supposed to try that ending out. I didn't know this video was going to be so long. But I think this is where we're going to end it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great night. Like, subscribe, comment. Just please buy the game. That's all I want from you. Have a great afternoon. Goodbye.